Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be evaluating a CT5-V Blackwing built by another shop. The customer has a couple complaints about the drivability, and we're going to see if we can address those. Let's go check it out.
So what all we got done to this, Matt?
So from my understanding, CID heads, Magazine 2650, Cortez cold air intake, Cook's headers, DSX low side. Apparently it might have something in the tank. We're not entirely sure yet. Basically, run-of-the-mill head scan Maggie build. It's supposed to make around 850, so we'll see.
It was stumbling. Oh no, it's still stumbling. That might be a rev limiter. Idle's really messed up. Nothing's in line how it should be. Fuel trims are way off. Artificial chop. It looks like a jigsaw. Like one of the customers' complaints was that the car really shakes. Yeah, I feel it. This is actually uncomfortable. Are you recording?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna give you this to hold.
Yeah, we got a lot of audio there.
Yep.
Everybody knows now what's going on.
Yep. And now we're gonna just evaluate the drivability. Well, it took off smooth, so that's good.
It's a nice day here in Pennsylvania. Good old 73 degrees in March, beginning of March, which is not normal.
Tomorrow will be worse.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like low of 20 this weekend. No, next week. This weekend, I don't know.
Like it's driving. It's honestly driving just fine. It's better than some of the cars that we get. I can see that a lot of stuff's not in line.
Feel anything?
Nope. There's a police officer. There's nothing to see here. We're just evaluating. Going into loud mode, so that's nice.
I wasn't trying to do it.
But after a certain RPM, doesn't it open up?
It might be tuned. He said you gotta get it in 10th gear and then we'll feel some.
Oh, some shudder.
Yeah.
We're in 9th, now we're in 10th.
It's probably knocking actually. It was in 10th for way more than it should have been. Like it's in 10th and it's like still in 10th. I'm almost halfway down the throttle now.
Oh wow. Yeah, I mean with the 10 speed, as soon as you give it a little throttle, it should instantly downshift.
They have 10 engaged like really high up and then they don't have it disengage. I think going back to the stock trans tune to begin with here is going to be prudent. Overall, it's driving nice though. There's a minivan coming. I didn't go full throttle. They're missing parts of the tune. Next up, let's get it on the dyno and see what she does for power and any of the stuff that we can see there. So the only thing that I'm noticing in the middle of this is that like when we went full throttle, besides the throttle body actually shutting down to 61%, the fuel system dropped out. It might just be that it hadn't been primed or so, or maybe he was running too low and got air in the system, but it dropped out all the way down to 26, 25, 24 PSI, which is too low, but it didn't really affect anything. That's weird. We're going to pay attention to that. So now it's a moment of truth. We're going to find out how she performs at wide open throttle without risking our lives. The butt dyno can only tell you so much, so we're going to quantify these numbers.
No lives will be risked today, Andrew. No lives.
I've had some issues on the dyno when I've jinxed myself, so let's hope that's
Like it made 751.
It's still idling and stuff, so without seeing the tune, I can't identify. I don't see anything that sticks out to me that says this is like horrible, but it's off. It's definitely off.
Yeah.
I'll give it one more pull. Now we found some more information about supposedly it was around 850, so I'm gonna give it another shot. see if it learns up or whatever.
They can correct, but I don't know if it's going to correct that much, you know?
Well, I mean, some of the issues are that people might run it with different fuels in it. And,
Oh, yeah.
And maybe it had a different fuel, maybe it had meth injection or something else like that, and no longer does.
All right, see what she does.
I'm retarded. I forgot to put it in manual mode. I put it in.
So looks like 752, similar numbers.
Looks like it's hanging out about the same.
Yeah.
I'm confident I can improve the snot out of this thing. Judging by what I'm seeing here, there's a bit to go. Like, there are some pretty hardcore misses, but there's a chance that we have to slow this thing down a little bit. We're gonna find that out pretty shortly, I think.
5 minutes later.
So I spent about 5 minutes here on the tune. We're like 15 minutes after the last run. I gotta be honest, I took it from another car and I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but I got my fingers crossed. Cycle. And first start hopefully is not a whammy.
It was a whammy.
You suck, Andrew. Thanks, I know.
First time, every time.
Yeah, except for that like one little mistake. Fuel trims are coming in line again. Timing is smoother, the idle's smoother.
Yeah.
Much smoother.
Yeah, it does. Yep, sounds way better.
That's much nicer. I am a lot happier now. And it's late, so I want to go home. I got a birthday party to go to. Now it's not doing this double like rev thing. Yeah. You know what? I don't want to wait till tomorrow. Move the mouse so we can take another
Here we
video.
go. What time is it, Andrew?
It's time to excel. I just want to know what it does before I leave.
All right, here we go. $784.
784? That's
Yeah.
a bass tune, but there's something interesting with this. I'm seeing some stuff that there might be more to this build.
All right, so we're under this Blackwing. Got some nice carbon fiber Akrapovic tips, but it's false advertising. What is that? What is that?
That's a Corsa exhaust with Akrapovic tips. That is hilarious. I was just saying how this sounded really good, and like the Corsa, it's the only one that has a loud and quiet mode. But it turns out Corsa's still the one undisputed champion of the loud and quiet mode game. $803. Still a little less timing than I want it to be, so I have some more tweaks. I got some more information to find from the customer, but we're making good progress.
Definitely sounds good. So you can see here, if we compare the most recent dyno pull to like one we did previously, and even like the baseline, we're not revving it out as much. You can see right there, we're revving it out to like 6,700, but now Andrew was able to get it, you know, a couple, 400 or so extra RPMs, which is nice because, you know, if you're drag racing this car, you get your extra mile per hour for revving it out a little bit more, but the power is still going, so it's not dropping off. So that's a nice number right there.
Hey guys, welcome to Storytime with Andrew. So what you just saw there, that was knock. Those puffs of smoke, that was knock. And that's bad. Those puffs of smoke are visual knock. That's not the car's sensor picking it up. That's actually the visible representation of knock from the tailpipe.
Knock, knock.
What we need to do now is actually tune this thing so it's safe and powerful for the customer. And that's what we're gonna do.
$805. So you guys saw the previous clip of what it looked like with some knock and kind of like unclean. This most recent dyno pull is how it should look when everything's clean, with the little flame coming out of the exhaust for an added bonus.
And now it's time for street tuning.
All right, let's go. It's a brisk day and I'm wearing short sleeves. All right, here we go. Oh, seatbelt for safety. Holds the laptop. Now that right there, that's a nice Cadillac. I wonder whose that is. I do really like that steering wheel. That's not stock, is it?
You know what? I am honestly not sure. It's not my steering wheel, but my steering wheel is different
Yeah.
because I have Super Cruise. It feels very aggressive to be the factory steering wheel, but it does have this, which is factory, or at least this slip-in is factory. Okay, now we're driving nice. Fuel trims are looking great. Driving like a Cadillac should.
Smooth and classy.
You know what? To be fair, I felt like minus the massive chop that was at idle before when we, took it out before doing any tuning, I thought it drove pretty fun, like just fine anyway. I didn't notice anything that was, really crazy.
Yeah, there was like some of that 10th gear weirdness too, where it stayed in 10th gear for a while.
Oh yeah, let's go check that out. I really want my heated steering wheel right now.
Andrew loves his heating steering wheels.
I do.
He puts them on in the
My
summertime.
hands are cold.
Yeah, they are cold. And the heated seat. Did you turn the heated seat on too?
Yeah, the heated seat's on right now.
Oh,
I'm enjoying that.
Wild. In the summertime, I want like a ventilated steering wheel, dude. I want that thing nice and cool.
See, I think that for manual transmissions, they also need a heated shifter too. I think that'd be really awesome.
So, are we in 10th?
We are in 10th.
All right. So we're in 10th gear?
And I'm going to roll into it a little bit. I'm going to have to make some adjustments. Yeah.
Still not downshifting.
Yeah, a little interesting.
How much throttle did you give it, you think?
I don't know, but we have a way to find out.
Yes, we do. Good thing we have this trusty laptop that logs throttle position. Here we go.
Just a little blip, nothing crazy.
Okay. Okay. Feels good.
That's 6th gear. We probably could have been in 3rd. I'm just going to make some adjustments, how it shifts at a 10th.
Yeah.
Everything else shifts fine. So accelerator pedal wise, we were getting to almost 50% before it would go down to 9th gear. So I think that we need to make an adjustment. So I'm going to actually just make this a little bit more aggressive. Let's make it 15% more aggressive. Do a little smoothing right there. Then we'll make sure that we don't upshift and then run into a weird upshift, downshift thing. That should make this a little bit happier.
Yeah, definitely riding a lot better. Driving a lot better. The idle is a lot better.
Yeah, I didn't see that one issue that he was talking about coming to a stop, where he said it was like you're getting punched forward. But that could have been because the camshaft was so obscene. I'm not feeling any of that.
Yeah, they're afraid to turn right on a red light.
Yeah, which is their right. They don't have
is.
to.
However,
this is Pennsylvania, and we're kind of like the Midwest of the East.
Wait, we're going.
Look, he was about to. They're like, you know what? I'm going to inch forward when the cars are coming, just to let people know that I might be moving. There he goes.
Oh. Just beep at everybody. Anybody that slightly pulls out into the street, like at the intersection, you just beep at them.
Dude, that thing was murdered out. He might not have even seen me. Like, that window was probably just painted. It was just... I want to test shift points, but unfortunately it's like too cold to test shift points. I tried that on the car earlier, and it just went... I'm refraining from doing that today. It's not like the other days when these tires would grip up.
Right.
In terms of like the build, I think whoever built it did a good job. In terms of the tuning, it seemed like it had a couple little intricacies, but it wasn't like too bad.
Well, this is the fine tuning stuff that, you get.
Yeah.
We make it complete.
I mean, that was part of how I got into it. I started by street tuning, and I'd say, hey, we're testing as many conditions as possible so you get a complete street tune.
Yes.
And the website CompleteStreet.com was like $700 at the time, and I couldn't afford it, so I bought Complete Street Performance, and that's the name.
Perfect.
And then later I bought CompleteStreet.com, which goes nowhere. It goes to our website, CSP Racing, which they all do now because
nobody can spell performance. That's like too big of a word for people. They're like performance, performance, preformance.
Anyways, let's end it on the fact that the owner of this car will be happy that his car is now complete.
Yes. So this build came to us as a very solid build that just needed some tweaks. Like the idle was shaking too much. The car had some weird transmission stuff. We addressed all that. We got some extra power, 55 extra horsepower. And now we can confidently say, this is a great build. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Adios.